Sean McElwee might be in trouble. And I didn't want to freak out about this or anything on the show, but Sam Bankman-Fried, who many of you know maybe as a fake friend or a guy who was in charge of FTX, foot and toe exchange, he did get in trouble because he was, if anything, too honest and cared too much about his friends in the future. He goes down and now he's arrested, and then a lot of people said oh look, Sean McElwee really helped him out with a lot of his political stuff, and he was advising him and stuff like that. And then Sean McElwee, of course, many of you have known, is kind of a Bernie bro.
Okay. Let's stop for a second.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay. Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, right?
Yes.
Kaput. We did an episode on that. We're doing another episode on that basically after this.
If you didn't listen to that episode, first of all, wake up.
Where the hell you been?
Where you been?
You listen in order.
Open the newspaper. And then go listen to our episode so you know what's up.
Second, Sean McElwee is a bit of a recurring character on this show, like Jeffrey Epstein or something like that. And, he was sort of one of those, many people who was attached to Bernie in a more annoying way than a lot of other people were, which he's got a lot of competition there, right?
Yeah.
And was I'm the sensible democratic socialist, right? Which is democratic socialism is sensible fascism anyway. So it's it's two levels of sensible. I would say a porcine individual, rather interesting looking. I would say that he
makes you question if whether or not the frog people on Twitter are right about soy and its man boob creating abilities.
Interesting you say this, and this is actually not a callback, but a call forward to later in the episode when we, of course, interview Alexander Skaggs. He looks like the kind of person that the CFTC was started to regulate slices of meat of. That's a little future factoid there.
Shout out to our commodity traders.
He invented the phrase "abolish ICE," which many people might remember from ICE not being abolished. Yes. And generally just one of those guys who's around, but he's a data guy. He's basically like Matt Iglesias. In fact, there's essentially no difference. Matt Iglesias with a little rose emoji.
Yeah, Fat Pig Iglesias.
Yes, Fat Pig Iglesias. He is somebody that I find repugnant politically and appears to be personally as well.
Yeah, I've heard some things. I'm just going to say that. If you're listening, Sean, I've heard some things.
Sean, I do not believe they have podcasts in Rikers Island, but perhaps one day they will, and he will hear this. Sean McElwee and David Shore, who's I would say a greaseball.
He's like an Obama data kid, right?
Yeah, but I think listen, a lot of people got into a lot of weird politics in the past 5 years, right? Me, of course, classic politics, Maoism.
Sure.
These guys, they want to do all sorts of unproven, untested kind of shit like democratic socialism in the United States instead of something that actually did work in a country of almost 1 billion people. But these guys are data guys. They're we're going to bring we're socialists, but we're going to be even somehow more annoying about it by giving money to Kirsten Gillibrand. And they got into it, I would say financially with EA.
It's in the game.
Effective altruism.
Yes, not
people,
the gaming
not
manufacturer.
the gaming manufacturer. Interesting that Liz even knows what that is, to be
EA
honest
Sports,
with you.
Come on.
It's in the game.
Yeah.
They also make other non-sports
But
games.
I just know the sports ones.
Yeah. Have you played a sports game?
I
FIFA?
haven't played that. Madden? Haven't
Madden?
done that. I would like to play
Sports game?
NBA 2K. But
Interesting. I would love it if you got addicted to NBA 2K and we were one of those guys where you get the headset and you're
really
waving this
cool.
off.
I think it looks like you could do cool stuff.
Well, maybe a PlayStation 5 will be in your future for Christmas, Liz. Not. So anyways, these guys, they're Democratic Party operatives, right? And ostensibly on the left or whatever they are. They've
had a lot of New York Times and New York Times style section. Still don't know why they're profiling people like this. Profiles.
Yes. In fact, just last month, Sean McElwee was said to resemble both in the way he looks physically and his dress, an 8-year-old in the pages of Politico, where I'll tell you this, Liz, if that came out about me, I would KILLMYSELF.
Perhaps something that
PUBLICLY.
Yeah, another comparison to other character of the show, Jeffrey Epstein.
Exactly. So anyways, these guys, they're they run these firms, right? David Shore is it's called Open Labs. He works with Sam Bankman-Fried's brother, and it looks to be an effective altruism sort of dark money project.
I gotta say, this Politico article that you sent to the old GC this morning group chat, which is appropriately named Wire Fraud, by the way. I gotta say, the stuff that Shore was saying to Politico was very reminiscent of EA stuff. I almost pointed that out and sent it to you, but then I didn't because I think I lost
interest.
I lost network service on the subway. However, basically, there's like a quote from him where he says, "I wake up every morning and think, how can I decrease poverty or whatever? Like, I wake up every morning and I think, what am I going to do today to decrease poverty?" And I was like, damn, this sounds so much like the weird sort of like affirmation meets bizarro rationalist, like social arithmetic that these EA guys have done. You know, where they're like, oh, all of the choices that I make as a rational actor, robot person are going to add up and equal a net positive for society, or I will not. And so they do all of this kind of like, little. Anyway, what he said felt like a very soft version of that. And I was like, I'm putting that, I'm a little note in the old little pea brain.
Yeah. Don't tell yourself short.
And then I mentioned it just now. So